the anticipation for this one? I mean, wanting more. Guys have talked about you got to want more, expect more.
Yeah, for sure. Once you get a taste of winning, get a taste of the playoffs, you want to keep that up and do more. And I think that for us, especially the guys that have been here for a few years, after all the tough years with not much winning, turn things around and get back to winning ways. We're very excited, very motivated. You can just feel over the summer. I wasn't here as much, but communicating with the guys, the coaches, since I've been back, there's been a lot of excitement. Guys are really ready for this. We want to do we want to have a better season. We believe that we can, but we have to put in the work for it. We can't just talk about it. So it's on us, to start from tomorrow, starting tomorrow. I know all guys like this summer. There's a few of us that played in the World Cup, the guys that stayed here. And so starting tomorrow, you get to work and prepare for this season and coming ready. But obviously us, being ready with Coach Cliff for 1 year, having pretty much the same team with the addition of a few new guys, it's going to help us. It's not starting from scratch. We already have something that we can just build on.
That's what I was going to ask you. Evan said, thank goodness we don't have to start over again after having been through so many coaching changes. How nice is it to have that continuity?
It's great, not having to come and introduce yourself to a new coach. Hey, nice to meet you again. It's fun, but that's a big part of the NBA. You look at all the best teams that had success over many of years. They have the same core of players. They have the same coach, and that helps a lot. There's the familiarity, knowing others around you, building that chemistry, knowing what's expected of you, knowing what you do out there. You got to make small tweaks here and there, but the basics are going to stay the same, and so that's very important. And I think that's going to help us a lot. And you could see as year went on, last year we got better because at the beginning all it was new for us. You're trying to break the old habits that you had from before, and put in the new things that coach wants to do. And as the year went on, we play better. So I think that if we can carry on from last year, it would be good for us to start good from the beginning.
How good can this team be?
I think we have a lot of potential, a lot of talent, and we can achieve good things. How good can it be? It's hard to put a number on it. As far as seed-wise or number of wins. And I don't think we really want to do that. We just want to keep working, keep bringing every day, every game, and see where that takes us. But I believe that we can do better than last year. But it's going to take more work and more dedication than it took us last year.
How challenging was it to kind of break some of those bad habits last season before you guys really got going?
Just takes time. It's not necessarily bad or good habits. It's just habits that you have from playing for one coach or another coach, or playing one way or a different way, and you just have to learn to switch those and adjust to whatever Coach Cliff wants us to do. And so it just takes time. It took us some time, and obviously, as you guys know, you follow us every day. But it's just, repetition every day, willingness to do it, communication. But I thought we did a good job of actually, switching things over pretty quick. We just weren't as consistent. And once we became consistent with it, it showed.
But you guys were 20-31, then you were 22-9. Can you be the 22-9 team over a full season? What's it going to take to be that team the full season?
Being consistent with what makes us good, understand what is it that makes us good, not go away from it, stick to what worked for us, and that's what we did at the end of the year. We were very good at executing our stuff, and it has to start with our defense. We're one of the best teams on the defensive end last 30 games of the year, and we have to start with that. Our offense. We have some good firepower, but we obviously don't have the great scorers of this league, and we have to understand that. But our defense can be there for us every day, every game, and build from that. And then other things will come. But I think that we can be. We just have to bring it every day and understand that now teams are also going to look at us differently. Last year we're trying to get there. Now we're kind of in there, so teams are going to try to take us out, and we have to be ready for that.
What will you seek to do better yourself?
Everything. We'll try to improve in every area of my game. Whatever it is. Obviously, I think my role will be same or bigger this upcoming year. Try to take more of a leadership role, but just everything really, nothing too specific. I've talked about different things with Cliff. And so I don't have to reinvent myself or do anything crazy different than I did last year. Just improve upon it.
This team had a lot of guys compete in the World Cup this summer. How do you think that affects this upcoming season?
I think it can help us. The four of us that played, It was good for us to get those games in during the summer. We finished in like first week of May or something, and it was good to get us some games, play some competitive basketball, play some meaningful games. It's very different, play the FIBA game in here. So I think that adjustment as well can help you learn new things, adjust. So it was a fun experience. But I think that the four of us that did play will be a boost for us. We'll come in already ready to play, good game shape, and at the same time we also got some Cam, Al Farouk and myself. We finished a little earlier. I haven't played a few more days than us, but they'll still give us 2-3 weeks of rest before we can start game.
We've talked about when you're a great player and you're coming off a great season. Now the change is teams are going to defend you differently. It's going to be the same with Terrence. Is that an adjustment you have to kind of look for as teams are going to send more doubles your way and more attention your way?
Yeah, for sure. But it's a challenge you want to take on. When you achieve a high level in this league, you want to do whatever you can to maintain it or even do better. And so it's a sign of respect that you're going to get from other teams, and you have to figure it out and adjust on it. So it's a challenge I'm looking forward to. It's what I wanted. It's what I always wanted, and I think I can do it and even do better than I did last year.
Booch, how can Markel help this team this season?
He can help us in many ways. Big guard, can get to the ring, get up and down the court. Can use his size on the defensive end. I haven't seen much of him because I was at the World Cup and I came here a little later. But from what I saw a little bit, a very talented player, a very good player. And just at the same time, we have to understand that it's going to take him some time to get back to where he can be at his best. He hasn't really played consistently in the last 2 seasons. He was playing a little bit off position in Philly, so it wasn't easy for him, being the #1 pick and everything. So, but that's we're going to be there for him, support him, however long time he takes to get back and to be at his best. We'll be there for him. But once he's there, and I'm sure he's going to help us a whole lot. He was a #1 pick for a reason. I watched him play for Washington, so a very, very talented player, and he's still young, so I think he's going to really help us a lot because it's kind of the type of player we need. We need some outside guys that can really handle, create for himself, for others. And I think he can do that.
You touched on it in July when you were here. You feel like last year wasn't that big of a outlier, that you're going into your prime. That it's kind of the start of your greatest years. Is that because you're mentally stronger than you've ever been?
Yeah, that's a big part of it, for sure. Just the way I look at the game now, the way I approach the game now is much different than a few years ago. And the system I play now also fits me very well. But I think the mental aspect is really something that's really helped me a lot. I think also the struggles and anything we had in the past, you always kind of, it's not really like you question yourself, but you always kind of see like what's wrong, is it something I'm doing or whatever. What you have great individual season, but don't really matter. And now in the last year, you finally have you have a great year, and the team wins, and everything kind of gets together, and so your confidence takes a huge boost as well. And I think that's going to help me as well going into this year. Just knowing that I finally got to where I knew I could be, and getting the respect and everything, and obviously now with the contract signed, everything, I'm settled with that as well, and I just go out there and play free.
How much did the whole playoff experience of being in those games and facing that pressure and even maybe struggling a little bit, how much did that kind of feed or improve what you wanted to work on this summer, or feed how your outlook is heading into the season?
Well, that was definitely a good learning experience for me. Obviously, I didn't play at the level that I wanted to or that I knew I could, but at the same time, I look at it as an experience that going forward, and I know how to adjust, how to prepare myself better for those situations. Obviously, Toronto, they did all they could to limit me, and Gasol as well, and I struggled, but it was part of it. It was my first experience being in a playoff series, being the main guy, and so it's going to be for me going forward. And I definitely looked at it a lot, watched it a lot, talked to Cliff about it, and going forward now I know what I need to do to adjust better.
Coach, there was a lot of talk about your free agency leading up to the summer. But everything came together with Orlando. Was it for you, Orlando is where you wanted to be, and a question about meeting with other teams?
No, Orlando was where I wanted to be. Everybody knew that. It was just a matter of making the contract work, and we were able to do that pretty quickly. And I was happy with everything, and I wanted to stay. Everybody knows. I've stayed here through all the tough times, so I definitely wasn't going to leave. When everything is good. But no, I mean, Orlando feels like home, and I've been here it's my 8th season now. My son was born here, and I've had great life outside of basketball, and the basketball things are turning around now. They're becoming good, and so I'm happy. I'm happy to be part of this community for a long, for going forward, and yeah, very excited. But yeah, I always wanted to stay here. They knew that. It was just a matter of making things work.
Cliff said the biggest way for this team to make a jump is offensively. That it kind of showed in the playoffs that offense was the part that held you guys back. Where can you make the biggest strides on the offensive end?
There's many ways we can do that. I think when we move the ball, when we play together, when we play at a good pace offensively, when we play for each other. We're a tough team to guard. We have many guys that can score the ball. But it's just it also depends on who you're playing. Matchup wise and everything in the playoffs, it's not always we did struggle. We did miss a lot of shots too, but it also wasn't the easiest maybe matchups for all of us. So that was part of it as well. But our offense obviously was kind of our weakness last year at times. We weren't always able to generate enough points. But I think that this year we know what it will take for offense to work and what will make us good on the offensive end. I think guys now have more experience. Again, working with Cliff for a year already, that's going to help us. I imagine our offense is not going to be too different than it was last year. It won't. Because talking to him, that's what we're talking about. So just the familiarity of things is going to help us. Playing with each other is going to help us. So there's many things that go into it. But we understand that end.
How do you see the team's dynamic improving from last year?
What do you mean by dynamic?
As in how you work together, especially with a lot of different players coming in, but keeping the same coaches.
But I think we have Markel. He hasn't played much with us last year, so he's going to count as one. Al Farouk, some of the younger guys. But I think our core is intact, so we know each other very well, and we've been playing together for a couple of years now. So that's something that's going to help us a lot. There's going to be little tweaks, I'm sure, that we're going to do differently this year, but the familiarity of things, I think that's going to, the consistency of us playing together is going to help us a lot, and it's going to, kind of give us a head start, not having to start from scratch.
Do you think it's tougher to go from 25 to 42 wins or 42 to, say, 48?
I've never done it. I wouldn't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question. I think I'd say fit 25 or 42 though. I think once you know what works for you, once you know what made you good, what gave you success, and if you understand that you have to keep that up and just build on it and improve on it, I think that can make it that's easier than kind of having to start from the beginning and we just suck. What we have to do to even win. So I think that our maturity level is much higher, and our understanding of what works for us is higher, and it'll help us.
How much trash talk have you had to hear from a certain French guy, and do you feel like he's poised for a big season coming off how well he played in the World Cup?
He played great, and I was very happy for him. For him, the French national team means everything. And he put himself there as their best player and the leader of that team. He took on that role and he delivered. He played great, throughout the whole tournament. They won the bronze, although he wasn't very happy with it. I'll take the medal if he doesn't want it. He played great. I was very happy for him. Obviously last season wasn't easy for him at times, and I think that would give him a huge boost. And he was really motivated. He showed. So happy for him. I'm sure he'll have something to say, here and there, but he's not really that type of guy too much. He'll brag about it a little bit, but we played against each other, and it was in August. It was a friendly game. We were up the whole game. I wanted to win so bad. I could lose every game after that. I didn't care. Just wanted to win that game so I can talk trash. But they came back and beat us. It was. But it was fun. And the picture he posted that he scored on me, that wasn't true. Just so y'all know, it wasn't like that.
Last one more.
Coach, Evan had said that J.I. was the X factor of the team. He said it again last year, says it again this year. Who do you think is the X factor going forward in 2020?
X factor? I wouldn't say Jai's. He was kind of the X factor last year because nobody really knew what he could do for us because he didn't play the year before. But I think now people know how good Jai is and what he brings for us. So I think he's more than the kind of X factor for us now. His defensive ability is great. His shooting's much better now. Offensively, he has much more confidence. So Jai is kind of an established player for us now. X factor, I don't know. think anybody can help us really this year. We have a lot of guys that are hungry that want to show what we can do. I think we have a deeper team now as well, and that's going to help us. I think the Al Farouk's a great addition for us. A guy with a lot of experience, good teammate to have. I heard nothing but positive things about him. Played him as well when we were in China in a friendly game. So I think he can help us a lot. Markel, when he gets back to being comfortable there, he can help us a whole lot as well. So a lot of guys that I think can help us for sure.